I miss you a lot today. You cross my mind all the time, but have been more than usual lately. I wish you were still here with me. Although I feel I am beginning to need you less and less, I'm afraid to be on my own. You were always a steady rock I could stand on. I miss your strength that held me up. Jill is in town. Maybe that's why I keep thinking of you. She reminds me of our old life. I told her you died. I left out the rest. I'm tired of talking about my mistakes, even though I know it's important to tell the right people. I guess that means she isn't one of them, because I have no intention of doing so. She confessed some stuff to me, which left me feeling a bit indifferent. I always knew she loved me, but chose to ignore it. It was not that hard to see. She asked if I felt the same. I didn't want to lie, although I felt I needed to. My honesty can be harsh sometimes. She always seemed a bit fragile, maybe because she tries to act so tough all the time. It never fooled me. People that closed off usually feel the most. I told her what I felt was a nice version of the truth. A part of me cares about her, but I don't know if I would go as far as to say it was love. Dependency, maybe. I was pretty screwed up back then. Not that I'm doing much better now, but love was not something I was willing to give others then. Until you came along, of course. You captured my heart and made me feel safe again. I never got the chance to thank you for that. I think I'm much different now. I told her that too. Mostly thanks to you and all of the ways that you made me better. I love more freely now. It doesn't scare me quite as much. I suppose it's better to love and lose it than not love at all. Life is too hard to do alone. Loneliness is my biggest enemy. I found someone that helps with that. I already told you about her. She makes me smile on the hard days. I can say things to her that usually require much more time and trust. But she makes me feel understood. I'm not afraid of her seeing the worst parts of me. I've tried to hide those parts in the past, and well, it didn't save me from the heartache of losing those I love. So no point in repeating history, right? Being with her feels different than any past love. Even you. It's cheesy, but you know how people say you're the half that makes me whole? Well, it sort of feels like that. She just gets me. When I'm with her, I feel complete. I know it's too fast to feel this way, according to the world's standards, but I don't care. I'd do anything to protect her, and seeing her happy gives me a fulfillment unlike any other. Part of me is afraid I'm going to mess it up. Alan doesn't like the idea of me dating. He told me the other night. Says I need to spend more time working on myself. I assured him that that won't stop just because she's around. If anything, she motivates me to be better, to try harder, to stay clean and not drag her through the emotional trauma of loving someone who doesn't love themselves. I will do my best to love her with all that I have left. Hopefully it's enough. I'm really liking my time at the teapot. I've met some pretty amazing people so far. Ash is quickly becoming one of my favorites. They're so sweet and kind. They're away on a trip and I miss them already. Being around them makes me smile. When we are stressed, we help each other calm down. I think I will tell them about my sobriety when they return. They might be someone I can rely on when I'm feeling overwhelmed by my temptations. Speaking of people to help me get through, I should probably talk to Julie. Like, actually talk. So much has been left unsaid since my secrets were rudely exposed. It was too much to handle, so I avoided it. But I think in order to move forward, I can no longer do that. She deserves to have a proper talk about it. I think it's time to clear the air. She invited me and Marie over a few nights ago, and it was hella weird. I got really quiet like I do when it's hard to ignore the elephants in the room. I felt bad because I don't want her to think I don't care or am not trying. Truth is, I am. More than it's realized, I think. I should do a better job at showing her that. I need to do better in general. I'm starting to feel really happy here, which terrifies me. Alan told me that Jenny asked when I would be home. I think they were expecting me to be back by now. I considered it a few times, but I don't think going back will be good for me. Alan and Jenny have done so much for me. They were the lighthouse that helped me find the shore after losing you cast me out to sea. They will forever hold a special place in my heart. But moving on has showed me the importance of not becoming stagnant. Staying still for too long is dangerous. I think they understand that. Though most days are good, at night my mind still wanders to the darkness I try to hide from. My addiction still has a hold of me. But I'm not sure that will ever go away. Good news is I made it another month. 5 whole months since I started taking back control. 153 days to be exact. I know I should be proud, but I mostly feel ashamed. Ashamed that I'm counting days since my biggest mistake. You'd tell me to be proud if you were here. So I will try to remind myself of the things worth celebrating. Maybe those are the things I should start counting instead.